Hello everyone and welcome to the Room of Encumbrance mod walkthrough. So here we are at the Rift and Thieves Guild, and we're getting ready to start the quest. And this is a little bit different than it used to be. The quest used to start with a courier who would bring you a letter, but for various reasons that didn't work really well. So we changed it in the version 1.0 release to there being a note on the Guildmaster's desk here in the cistern. And once you read it, it starts the quest. And there we go. The quest is called Over-Encumbered and Underappreciated. And so the story goes that Mercer Frey kind of shot down a younger and very talented thief named Marna Van Etten, who was an explorer and dungeoneer. And her great-grandfather was one of the previous Grey Foxes. And he had been searching for the Room of Encumbrance, and she had heard of the legend and wanted to pick up his trail. Mercer wasn't having it. He was too busy with the Falmer eyes, thought it was only a legend. And so we're going to follow her on her journey and see where it takes us. So, according to the note, after their falling out, she headed up to Winterhold to do some research to the college. And I'll do some cutscenes. The loading times are a little bit long, so we'll cut that out for the purposes of the length of the video. And you can see in our quest log, it also updates us with some clues, and there's map markers as well to help us out. And here we are in Winterhold. So now we need to figure out where she was hiding out, where her information is, and luckily, all of the characters, that is, left journals behind for us to read and kind of figure out where we're supposed to go.
I think the college is due for a change in
I think your face is due for a change in leadership. So you can see on here there's two map markers, one to tell us to go inside, and then one to tell us to go back outside. Unfortunately, that was a little weird. I had to force another map marker on the door inside the tower here. So somehow, Marna got in good with the Archmage, and he allowed her to use the tower, and whether or not the story makes sense or not, but for cold resistance training, she was using the top of the tower, which you'll see is very snowy, and you can't actually get up there. It's locked. You need the key, the Archmage's quarters key. And there's really only one way to get it in the game, is by becoming the Archmage. So I made a second way. He doesn't actually have the key on his person in the original game, so I just added it into his inventory. So now you can pickpocket the Archmage's key right off of him, as long as your sneak and your pickpocket skill are high enough, of course. So once he gets situated, we're going to run up here and we're going to gank it off his foot. We don't actually have to sneak up there. We just kind of, my sneak skill is high enough that we can just kind of sneak around the corner, and he'll see us, but we can touch his foot and make him drop the key. Even if your sneak skill or pickpocket skill is 100, though, there's still only a 90% chance. So 1 out of 10 times you'll take the key and he'll start slinging spells at you and get really pissed off. So make sure to save often. And once we get the key, we'll continue. So this first video is just us going through the initial steps of the quest, getting those knocked out, learning the story, learning about some characters, and figuring out what happened to him. And here we go. We're up on the top of the tower now, and as you can see, I left a couple of frost beasties for you to take care of. And luckily, the other one runs to the same exact spot. So, if you don't know they're there, it's quite a surprise when you turn the corner. And there we go. There's her notebook. And this describes her conversation with someone here at the college. They had heard of an old hermit who lived in an old shack down south. And we're going to go there, but that's where the story picks up. And he knows quite a bit more information about the legend, and will lead us on our path. So all these characters, eventually we'll figure out what happened to them. And to help you on your quest, if you can pick this master level lock, which I'll do another cutscene because I broke about 100 lockpicks trying to open this thing. But there we go. Once we get it open, there's a spare set of unenchanted nightingale armor in there. It's labeled Marna's spare, whatever. So you can enchant those and wear them. I'm wearing a set right now. It's my favorite thief set in the game, so I went ahead and put those in there for you. Little incentive to continue. So you can go ahead and enchant those before you continue on the quest, or you can just jump right into it. So we're going to jump down to the Hoarder's Homestead and go looking for more clues. So the story behind the Hoarder, the idea kind of came from the show Hoarders, which I was watching while I was making this mod. And the Hoarder just collects all these little mundane items and lets them pile up, of course, just like in the show Hoarders, and then it becomes a nasty pile of, you know, old cans and bottles and piles of paper, and then rats move in and build nests. And yeah, a little disturbing in the actual show, but I didn't go to that length of detail in creating his house. It's just a minor stage in the quest. Let's dispatch this bear real quick. Ooh, nice kill screen. Bye-bye, bear. Bear souls. Yummy bear souls. Nom, nom, nom. So now that we've made it to the homestead, well, whenever it triggers here. Alright. And there's not a whole lot of stuff around, and I'll kind of explain that later. But it's been abandoned for some time, and as you can see, there's a cellar here. And what would a thief's quest be without another locked door? So there's a key you have to find. Oh goodness! Well, I just installed Dragonborn, so we're gonna have to take care of these guys really quick. And, these cultists.
You there. You're the one they call Dragonborn.
Oh, the Dragonborn. Let me ask you a question. We'll cut to the last one here, and we'll go ahead and take care of him. And snap! He's done. Alright, so where were we? Homestead, yeah. So we have to find the key. Let me get this stupid map marker off our screen. So the Hoarder's Homestead, he's a collector of all sorts of random crap, and so as you can surmise, he'd be very interested in a magical room of encumbrance, where all sorts of treasures are stockpiled, and I guess I'll explain the idea behind that. In the game, there's a kind of a annoying little function where, say you're dungeoneering and you leave and you get over encumbered. Well, you have too much stuff, you have to drop it. So most of the time you end up dropping it like on the side of the road and coming back later to try and pick it up. And if you don't come back soon enough, you get sidetracked with, you know, cultists trying to kill you. They disappear. the game engine, to save space or whatever, will make them disappear. And that was really annoying in Oblivion, and it happened to me a couple times in this game. So the Room of Encumbrance is supposed to be a place built by the Snow Elves and the Dwemer in the first era, and all those things that disappear off the side of the road, and all these crazy items and loot and treasure is transported to this magical room and stockpiled, and it's supposed to be like the Room of Requirement from Harry Potter, but with a little bit of friendly Skyrim lore. So here we go. This is the book that the Hoarder has written, describing the entire legend, everything that people in Tamriel know about it, all the rumors, etc. And it tells the story of a couple characters I created called Gaius Guildsprocket, who I put into all my mods in some way, and an apprentice, a locksmith that he hired called Brett the Handy, to take with him to try and find the room. And so the Hoarder is picking up their trail. Oh, rats. Stupid skeevers. Alright. Bye-bye, skeevers. So he's picking up their trail, trying to figure out where it is. And he's kind of become obsessed with it and went off searching for it on his own. So Marna was on his trail, and now we're on their trail. So we're following kind of a long history of 4 or 5 people that have all gone searching for it at some point in history. So the next part we need to do is find the entrance, and the Hoarder has written that there's one in the east and one in the west, and the east one is the one we're going to go to. It's the closest to Snowvale Sanctum, and the entrance is supposed to appear to those who are there at the crest of the sun, which is straight up noon. So unfortunately it's nighttime, so we're gonna have to wait a little while, but that's okay. It's better to arrive there sooner than later. So once we get up here and find the entrance, I'll talk a little bit more about that. So part 2 of the video is going to be actually running around the room and continuing the quest inside there. This is just the Tamriel part, the first stage of the quest. Oh, rats, there's a dragon. I'm going to have to do another cutscene here while this dragon is figuring its stuff out. So here's the eastern portal, and as you can see, there's no entrance yet. There's just an arrow pointing there. So we have to do our waiting. So unfortunately, there was a little glitch in the scripting for this, for the spawning of the entrance. Let this dragon go away. So, okay, now we're going to do some waiting. So what I'll do is I'll wait until right before noon, 11:58. And then from that we have to wait another 24 hours. It won't spawn the first time. It always spawns on the second day. So we'll wait until noon or just before noon, and then we'll wait another 24 hours. And I wrote that into the book just by saying that you had to meditate for a day. Those with the patience to meditate for a whole day will see the entrance to the Room of Encumbrance. So once this clock's down, we will you'll see the entrance spawn, and the entrance isn't actually a door or a portal. It's a little door that I created out of a static mesh of a treasure chest. So enjoy that, and then we'll come back for part 2, and part 2 will be inside the Room of Encumbrance and finding out the fate of all these actors. So enjoy. Thanks for watching, and here's the Room of Encumbrance.